Rodrigues to make her presentation. Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I begin by commending my colleague, the Senior Minister, Dr. 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄, and his team on a fantastic budget. I also wish to commend my team at the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce for their hard work and dedication in preparing our submissions. Mr. Speaker, and I pick up immediately where my colleague, the Honorable Sarah Brown, left off. The members of the opposition, all of them combined, APNU, AFC, WIN, all of them over there, they have all the bright ideas when they're in opposition, and they have no power to get anything done for the people of this country. The honorable member who spoke just before me, Honorable Harbhajan, he's talking about who is jumping like Bruce Lee. But he jumped like grasshopper. He has been a member of every single party in this house. Every single party in this house he has once been a member of. No conviction whatsoever. He went with his government, APNU AFC. APNU AFC, they went to the people in Region 6 and they promised them $9,000 a bag for paddy. Remember that? $9,000 a bag for paddy.
That's correct.
And then the president said, President Granger, rice is private business. Rice is private business. Where was he when they took away the money from the school children? The children in Region 6 were deprived of the Because We Care grant as well.
Where was Labrador?
Where was he when no investment was made in schools, when not a single secondary school was built in Region 6 or any other part of the country?
Where was Labrador?
Where was he when no hospitals were built, when no highways were built, when no investment was made in the region, when 7,000 sugar workers were sent home, putting the people of Region 6 on the breadline? Where was he then? Where was his conscience then? Where was his advocacy for the people of Region 6 then? And now he has left the house. Then before him came the Honorable Sherrod Duncan. My God, speaking about the housing ministry, the audacity to speak about the housing ministry when his government, during the 2015 to 2020 period, dismantled the Ministry of Housing. No housing program. Only 7,000 house lots delivered during their 5 years in office. They built a handful of homes, and he's talking about housing solutions. The only housing solution they had was to give discounts on house lots that were already subsidized. House lots that were developed by this People's Progressive Party civic government and left there. Mr. Speaker, we have delivered 53,000 house lots, and the honorable member stated it himself. We have built 4,000 homes. 46% of all our allottees are single women. This is how you empower people. This is how you deliver housing. And then when you come to this house and you want to make personal attacks at people, you have to remember your own record, because your record trails you. It follows you. And so the Honorable Sherrod Duncan was cited in the audit report by the Guyana National Printers, the GNNL, National Newspapers Limited, for spending money contrary to the tender board rules. Mr. Speaker, his own government fired him. His own government fired him, and then only recently, when he ran for leadership of his party rejected him in favor of an outsider. And so now he has cozied once again with the PNC. But I can withstand scrutiny. I can speak openly to the public. Do not mix my success with government, Honorable Sherrod Duncan. If you're not making progress in your own life, that's your problem. Your disparaging remarks or any disparaging remarks will never penetrate me. I know who I am, and I can withstand scrutiny, and I can look all of you in the eye and defend my record. Mr. Speaker, half of them over there are running from their own shadows, and the others are running from the law. But it will catch up. It will catch up with them. Mr. Speaker, this budget, the first for this term in office, is the vehicle through which we will begin the work to achieve the commitments made in our 2025 to 2030 manifesto. Mr. Speaker, the public is aware that the People's Progressive Party Civic take our commitments seriously, and that we were able to deliver all of the promises we made in our 2020 to 2025 manifesto. And therefore, the public knows that they can trust this government to deliver all of our commitments in the next 5 years. Mr. Speaker, I heard members on the opposition side take valuable time out of their budget presentations to debate the theme of the budget. Big controversy over the theme of the budget, not the content contained in the budget, but the theme of the budget, putting people first. But maybe, Mr. Speaker, they are obsessed with themes and slogans. So we are less preoccupied with who first crafted the term putting people first, and more occupied with ensuring that all of the initiatives contained in this budget puts people first. And so, Mr. Speaker, immediately after the budget was presented to the country, we saw a number of organizations, private sector organizations, making statements, long statements, in fact, the longest I've seen, because there were so many measures and initiatives contained in the budget that they took time to list it, to list all of it. The Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana calling this budget bold and forward-looking development agenda. Mr. Speaker, that is putting people first. The Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, a progressive blueprint, responsive to the challenges of the business community and aligned, listen to this, and aligned with the critical needs of women entrepreneurs, professionals, and families, employing targeted measures that empower women. That is putting people first. The Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association says this budget, strengthening economic resilience, diversification, and inclusive growth. Inclusive means everybody will benefit, putting people first. The Private Sector Commission, improving the quality of life for all Guyanese. Budget 2026 includes initiatives that support families, workers, and the most vulnerable. That is putting people first. The GCCI, strategic focus on the development of its people. That is putting people first. Mr. Speaker, these are real organizations representing real people and effecting real change. These are not bots on social media. These are not fake accounts on social media that cannot effect real change. These are real organizations. Organizations also commended the government for its responsiveness to feedback and recommendations through meaningful consultations that effected the positive changes that we now see in this budget. Idle gossip and relentless commentary on Facebook do not lead to positive changes for the Guyanese people, Mr. Speaker. Guyana continues to experience phenomenal growth under this People's Progressive Party civic government. This is a story of holistic development, reflected in a 19.3% growth rate in 2025, with the non-oil economy expanding by 14.3%. These figures underscore broad-based growth across key sectors, including agriculture, construction, mining, manufacturing, and of course, services. As reflected in Budget 2026, every presentation you will hear from this side of the House, Mr. Speaker, will tell a tangible story of positive, direct impact on the lives of Guyanese. Everything we do as a government is premised on one ideology: putting people first. Budget 2026 is bold and ambitious. It reflects the continued determination of the People's Progressive Party to improve quality of life for every Guyanese and to foster inclusive economic growth. When one looks at the budget measures alone, it becomes abundantly clear that the people of Guyana remain at the center of each new initiative. The budget removes burdens and delivers benefits. Where one side is known for callous removal of benefits and the imposition of hardship taxes, this PPP government removes taxes and burdens and delivers benefits which increase year upon year. 200 new taxes, took money from the children. That is the legacy of the APNU-AFC coalition. And they come to this House and cry crocodile tears for the pensioners. But, Mr. Speaker, it was their government that taxed electricity and water, that removed the subsidy that was there for the pensioners. We didn't have oil money, but we gave the pensioners subsidy for electricity and water. They removed it. Plus, they increased water tariffs, Mr. Speaker, by 100% in 5 years when they were in government, placing hardship burdens on the people of Guyana, especially our pensioners. But they come here now to cry crocodile tears. They're so concerned about the pensioners. We have doubled old age pension and continue to increase it year upon year. The old age pension is not an annual sum. It is a monthly. It is a monthly amount that is given to our pensioners. Cost of living relief measures include a $100,000 cash grant to every adult citizen, subsidized fuel, cheaper electricity, increase in the income tax threshold to $140,000 per month, increased pensions, and of course increased public assistance, alongside higher stipends for CSOs and CPGs. Measures included expanded small business support through improved access to financing, zero interest rates, and reduced collateral requirements. Upgrades to transport and aviation infrastructure, including river transport and airport expansion, targeted support for tourism, culture, and the orange economy through dedicated funding and incentives are all initiatives that support people development. Goal. They have GOAL. they have a tendency, Mr. Speaker, of taking advantage of all of the initiatives that we implement under the People's Progressive Party Civic and then discourage their supporters and curse those initiatives. And we saw it here yesterday with the doctor who benefited from the Gold Scholarship Program. They will take it and then curse it and discourage other people from benefiting from it. It was the same thing during COVID. You would recall when we made the COVID vaccines available. They came first in line up, took the vaccines, and then told the public that the vaccine is dangerous and that they must not take it. Same thing they do with house lots. They have benefited from the housing program, but they curse the program, and they will tell people, don't bother apply for a house lot. You're not going to get it. So that is a very dangerous characteristic of those in the opposition. And that is why you cannot trust anything that they say. Mr. Speaker, turning now to tourism development. The tourism sector continues to exceed expectations.
That's right.
And is now firmly established as a main pillar of Guyana national development agenda. Tourism will play a key role in the expansion and diversification of our economy. The removal of all duties and taxes on ATVs and outboard engines up to 150 horsepower, and the introduction of flat rate taxes for double cab pickup vehicles. These three measures alone make essential tourism transport more affordable and reduces operating costs for tour operators, eco-lodges, and communities. Reduced operating costs results in the reduced costs for tourism experiences, especially our domestic tourists. But that's not all. In 2026, there will be massive expansion and rehabilitation of hinterland and coastal airstrips, the new arrival terminal at 𝐁𝐔𝐃𝐆𝐄𝐄 International Airport, major allocations for roads and bridges, including the Linden to Mabura Road, the Mabura to Lechem Corridor, the Kurupukari Bridge, the New Amsterdam to Molson Creek Highway, among many others. All of these address, the thing hot you bad, eh? All of these address the issue of cost. Jealousy is a real thing. Further, immediately after taking up this role, I held consultations with the hoteliers and lodges, and a special rate was introduced for Guyanese at home and in the diaspora by several hotels and lodges. The President himself called for a reduction in domestic airfare, and some airlines have already reduced airfare by up to 9% for domestic travel. This will not only support tourism, but will support our Amerindian communities. Successes in the tourism sector are many and include record-breaking visitor arrivals in 2025, 453,489 visitors, reflecting Guyana's strongest tourism performance to date, a 22% increase compared to 2024. 12 new airlines have been added to the Guyana route since 2020. 6 new major hotel brands were added in 2025, adding 738 rooms to the country's official room stock. Guyana is on track to add over 1,000 additional rooms in 2026, increasing total room stock to over 5,600 by end of 2026, up from 3,280 in 2020. 18 newly registered Airbnb establishments in 2025, adding nearly 70 rooms, bringing the total to 115 establishments and 544 rooms. Advancement of new tourism products, eco-lodges, river and hinterland experiences, heritage and cultural tourism. 15 new experiential experiences were developed and launched in 2025. This takes us to 79 new experiences launched since 2020. We launched the Tourism is Everybody's Business campaign to raise awareness and influence positive societal change, encouraging all Guyanese to play their part. The World-Class Tourism and Hospitality Institute is expected to be completed this year, strengthening professional training and service excellence across the industry. Training is ongoing, and the GTA has trained over 8,000 persons since 2020.
Honorable Minister, you'll need an extension to conclude.
Mr. Speaker, I don't challenge you, but no, I checked. It was 6:30.
The honourable member started at 6:25. She has 35 minutes. They, according to Harbhajan, finished at 6:32. She began immediately after Harbhajan.
You're correct.
Right?
You're
So,
correct.
yeah,
You
she
have
has
10 more minutes.
plus 5, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, Guyana continues to earn international recognition, securing the Bronze Award for Exhibition Design at Japan Expo 2025. Guyana was featured in Bloomberg's Where to Go in 2026. New York Times 52 Places to Go in 2026, and Wanderlust the Good to Go list in 2026. Looking ahead, as Guyana marks its Diamond Jubilee anniversary and positions itself as a regional hub for events, several conferences and international engagements will be hosted. The Guyana Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo this month. The Caribbean Public Health Agency will host its 70th Annual Health Research Conference in April. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of Guyana will be hosting the 42nd Annual Caribbean Conference of Accountants in June, and our judiciary will host the Caribbean Association of Judicial Officers Conference in November. In that regard, it gives me great pleasure to announce that the Caribbean Tourism Organization's State of the Tourism Industry Conference will be hosted in Guyana in October for the very first time since its inception. This conference is CTO's premier gathering for tourism leaders of the Caribbean and attracts hundreds of regional and international delegates, positioning Guyana as a major player in the development of MICE tourism. That is, meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. Additionally, we have developed our national calendar of events to drive year-round visitor arrivals, designed special packages for tourists and visitors, we will introduce new events like the Guyana Festival, and will elevate some of our existing events under the stewardship of the former minister and my colleague, Origins Fashion Festival and the One Guyana Worship Experience. The reduction of the 14-day residency requirement for destination weddings unlocks opportunities and revenues for small businesses in this rapidly growing niche tourism market. This one measure alone creates new opportunities for caterers, wedding planners, transportation service providers, photographers and videographers, decorators and designers, among many others. As I often say, the greatest beneficiaries of Guyana's tourism investments are small business owners. That brings me now to small business development. I began my presentation by saying this budget is the vehicle through which we will commence implementation of our manifesto commitments. One of the most exciting manifesto commitments is the establishment of a SME development bank. Budget 2026 establishes that $100 million fund that will see small and medium businesses access interest-free and collateral-free loans of up to $3 million, with the possibility of an additional $7 million through co-financing with a banking institution at preferential rates. Mr. Speaker, this is not a small one-off grant. This is access to real finance that can really make a difference in someone's life and tremendously alter the course of their future. The announcement of special investment zones spread across various geographical areas attracts investment and accelerates regional development. Expansion of export allowance to include value-added timber products enhances competitiveness for local manufacturers and exporters. The removal of VAT on locally made furniture supports domestic manufacturing and hotels. The removal of corporate taxes on agriculture and agro-processing strengthens value-added production and food security. Mr. Speaker, in 2025, the Small Business Bureau placed increased emphasis on community development projects aimed at strengthening sustainability at the local level. To date, 24 communities have benefited from this initiative with direct impact on approximately 250 persons. Through these efforts, communities across almost every region of the country are now engaged in larger scale projects capable of generating employment and consistent income. In 2026, the Bureau will continue to support small businesses through development grants with a target of at least 1,500 beneficiaries. Strong emphasis will remain on community-based projects. Additionally, 32 businesses benefited from the Loan Guarantee Program, representing an investment of more than $270 million. This program supports businesses seeking expansion but lacking the collateral required by lending institutions. Through the SBB, we back these businesses with up to 70% of the collateral required to access up to $30 million. Budget 2026 provides for assistance to an additional 60 businesses. In alignment with the People's Progressive Party civic government's broader initiatives to support persons living with disability, the SBB continues to offer collateral-free, interest-free loans for business startups and expansions. In 2025, 32 persons living with disability benefited from this initiative. A key pillar of our small business agenda is training. Over the last 5 years under our government, approximately 17,000 persons have been trained in areas such as marketing, financial management, and record keeping. In 2025 alone, more than 3,200 small businesses benefited from training, with a similar number to be trained in 2026. Our monitoring and evaluation unit continues to conduct follow-up visits to ensure the sustainability of supported enterprises. In 2025, the Small Business Bureau visited 658 businesses, and I am pleased to report that 89% of those supported remain operational. You would recall the empty business incubators that were built under the APNU AFC government. That was nothing more than a shell. Under this People's Progressive Party civic administration, the reality has changed significantly. In 2025 alone, the Belvedere Business Incubator produced almost 18,000 pounds of flour, more than 2,300 liters of virgin coconut oil, 124,368 sachets of tea bags, and over 250,000 bottles to support packaging. All of this is free support given to our small agro processors. As a result of this incubator's operation, 30 businesses in Region 5 and 6 were not only allowed to thrive, but were able to generate employment. Similarly, the Lethem Business Incubator has also facilitated the creation of jobs and continues to provide storefront pods and office space rentals to support small businesses in Region 9. Agro-processors interested in marketing value-added products can access glass front pods to showcase and sell their items directly to the public. Additionally, the Lethem Business Incubator Center's new agro-processing facility is slated for commissioning in April this year. This open concept facility will house state-of-the-art equipment to support farmers in Lethem and 58 surrounding villages. It will include 2 industrial walk-in refrigerators, one for meat products, particularly poultry, and another for vegetables and fruits, along with 4 freezers and dedicated produce storage space. Our support for small business is geared towards the expansion of non-oil sector activity aligned with national diversification goals. The Standards and Quality Infrastructure, GNBS. The GNBS is the national standards body for Guyana. With its 6 core services, this agency continues to develop, promote, and implement national and international standards to ensure the growth and competitiveness of industries and ensure the safety and protection of consumers. The Bureau continues to develop and approve an average of over 30 national standards annually, which are important for improvement for products and services, streamlining and benchmarking industry practices, regulations, and trade. 34 standards were approved last year for storage, protective helmets for road users, the handling and transportation of LPG cylinders, and low-pressure regulators for LPG cylinders. In total, 68 standards were developed in 2025. An additional 33 are projected to be approved in 2026. In 2026, also a national standardization strategy, 2026 to 2030, is expected to be implemented. This is a multi-year work program which prioritizes standards to be developed in line with Guyana's national development plans.
Minister, now you need that extension.
Okay.
Yes, I can confirm now that the Speaker and myself have similar numbers. Yes, I would like to ask that the Honourable Member be given 5 more minutes to conclude her presentation.
Thank you, Minister. You may continue.
Thank you. The GNBS has a key role in the oil and gas sector to witness the verification of the custody transfer meters for the accuracy of measurements of crude on the FPSOs offshore. In 2025, the GNBS witnessed a total of 260 lifts, representing 100% of those lifts. In 2025, the GNBS commenced the verification of stationary speed cameras, with a total of 41,114 verifications of measuring instruments conducted countrywide. In 2026, we are projecting to introduce verification of tint meters, sound level meters, and speed limiter for trucks. Consumer protection and fair trade. The role of the Competition and Consumer Affairs Commission is indispensable in safeguarding consumer rights and ensuring that consumers are treated with fairness and respect. The CCAC has maintained a robust public information and education campaign featuring weekly radio updates, regular stakeholder engagements, including active participation in key regional, national, and industry expos, and continues to advocate consumer protection, strengthen consumer education, and complaint resolution systems. These efforts have borne significant fruit. In 2025, the Commission received 506 complaints. 85% of these cases were resolved, and the others are still being actively pursued. The CCAC has instituted aggressive market surveillance to ensure fairness, transparency, and compliance. In 2025, 1,331 business inspections were conducted in all the administrative regions. We project for 2026 a similar number, resolving at least 85% of all consumer complaints and a continuation of our nationwide business inspections and certification, and of course, continued awareness of the consumer protection legislation with a focus on remote areas. Mr. Speaker, this budget affirms that tourism, industry, and commerce are not supporting sectors of development. They are frontline drivers of national transformation. By investing in MSMEs, strengthening access to finance through the Guyana Development Bank, expanding standards, and unlocking new markets for manufacturers, farmers, creatives, and service providers, Guyana is building an economy where opportunity is created in every community, from the coast to the hinterland. Every visitor welcomed, every product exported, every business formalized, and every consumer protected sends a clear signal that growth in these sectors must be inclusive, competitive, and sustainable. This is our commitment: to position Guyana as a destination to visit, to invest in, and a country to build, powered by the enterprise and ambition of its people. I therefore commend Budget 2026 for passage in this Honorable House. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.